What's going on, guys? Khordmaster is here. I'm excited to be here. I'm outside at my favorite coffee shop, one of my favorite coffee shops, called Black River Roasters. I just had an Ethiopian pour over, which was incredible. I'm using this windscreen on the mic for the first time, so hopefully everything is sounding still good and clear and crisp. This is the Tula mic that I'm using. I actually, strangely enough, I'm using my iPhone here to record this, and I was going to use a TX6 mixer like I've used in the past and connect this via audio into the mixer and then USB-C to Lightning to my phone like I've done when I'm doing music-based videos. But now I just want to talk to you guys, and I'm like, wait a second, I can just record this because this is a recorder and a microphone. So I can just record this directly on here, connect this to my iPhone, bring the audio file over, and create like a seamless way of capturing great audio and great video just easily. So I'm excited about this, and I'm glad I'm using this windscreen here because I really want to see how this works outside. It doesn't feel windy, it doesn't sound windy, but of course, for those of you who use microphones and do a lot of audio stuff, that doesn't make a difference in terms of just making sure the light is on. It doesn't make a difference. You can still pretty much hear wind pretty loudly on the microphones. But one thing that's interesting about the design of this windscreen is that it kind of covers the light, so I have to keep looking. I mean, I guess I don't have to keep looking, but I feel like I want to make sure that it's actually still recording. But that all being said, what I wanted to talk to you guys today about is the iPad Pro. All right, so I'm going to try to actually look not at myself. I think in the future when I do these videos, it might make sense to not have it using the front-facing camera. As a matter of fact, I'm going to, but I get nervous because I don't want a phone call to come in or something like that. So for this one, I'm just going to use the front facing, but maybe in the future I'll turn do not disturb mode on and I'll use the better camera and just kind of rock with that. But yes, I want to talk about the iPad Pro. I've been putting out some videos about the iPad. I put one out just a little bit ago, and another one's going to come out tomorrow. And I wanted to talk about this. So you can watch those other two videos on the channel, videos sort, and you'll find like two of the latest ones. But I want to talk a little bit about what my thoughts are for whenever the next iPad Pro comes out, whether it is at the end of 2023 or at some point in 2024. I love the iPad Pro. I just actually sold my 2018 version because I moved over to using the iPad mini for my day-to-day stuff, and I want to experiment with that a little bit. And I think the last several iterations of the iPad Pro have been such marginal upgrades. They have a hover feature that's a big thing with the Apple Pencil, which is cool. And I think it's really neat, actually, as more developers start actually implementing ways to utilize that. But it's also something that's been on my HP, Ultrabook that I currently still use day to day from 2017-ish. That stylus was able to do hover things from like 6 years ago. So it's not that impressive, to be quite honest. But some of the things that I want to see on this next iPad, and I want you guys to let me know below in the comments too, like what do you want to see? I think quite strongly, I have a very, 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 very strong opinion about the following. Looking at the latest MacBook Airs that are out right now that have 2 USB-C ports and a headphone, high impedance headphone jack, I need all of those things on my next iPad. I want to see an iPad Pro that has 2 USB-C ports and that realizes that, hey, wait a second, we made a mistake. We made a mistake removing the headphone jack. So we're putting one back in because Logic Pro, I mean, come on. How can a professional audio piece of equipment not have a audio, a headphone jack on it or audio out? That doesn't make any sense in the world, in my opinion. So I need to see that headphone jack come back. Like, I need that, or really want that. And then the other thing is, having an additional USB-C port would mean that now in this setting, we can connect maybe a MIDI controller and we can charge our device without having to use a separate dongle, which I absolutely hate the need to have additional pieces of hardware with you at all times. I don't really like that too much, right? So I think having those two on there would be really cool. I think a lot of people have been talking about OLED displays, which they say it's going to be even a better display. I don't really care about that too much. The display on my 2018 iPad Pro was already amazing to me, and my experiments with the 2022 version, I guess that was, or 2023, 2022 version with the M2 chip, was amazing. It looks really, really good as well. So I'm not too concerned about that. But the other thing that I need to see is the camera placement on the center, like a regular laptop configuration. No one needs that on the, I guess, saying in landscape mode it needs to be in the center. No one needs it in portrait mode on the center, because no one uses their iPad that way. It's not used that way. I think they got around it pretty nicely, with the, what is it called, the what is that feature where it moves with you? I forget the name of it. I'm drawing a blank right now, but I think that works really well. It's on the iPad Mini 6, and I like being able to like lean or do whatever I'm doing during my Zoom sessions and have it follow me, which is cool. I think it's called Center Stage, if I'm not mistaken. So that's definitely a good feature. I would even like to see that, expanded upon a little bit, so that I could control. Like, I don't want it always moving with me, but say if I'm like sitting like this, I want it stationary here. But then say if I like move like this, I would want to hit like a lock button on Zoom so that it's centered with me here. So even if I move a little bit, it still keeps me centered. That would be kind of neat. But yeah, I think having that sideways on landscape would be really, really helpful. And then other than that, those are the main things. Those are the main things that I want to see. I'm really curious to see if this comes out this year or next year. I'm gonna not purchase any iPad, no matter what, any new iPad Pro until the next one comes out. I'm gonna rock with my Mini for the time being. I'm gonna rock with my HP Ultrabook that I've been using for the more vigorous typing type things that doesn't feel comfortable for me on an iPad. I'm gonna use the iPad for what that's for, touch-based stuff, and then use this other device, my laptop, for those types of things. But let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious about what you guys think. Like, what are some of the things that you would like to see in the next iPad Pro that comes out? I'm just like super excited about the idea of those ports. Like, having the additional ports and having that headphone jack come back on there would be really, really cool. And then the decision from my end is gonna be like, okay, what exactly is the right size for me? I've had the 12.9, which I've had for quite a while, and I really, really, really like the additional screen real estate. And of course, I'm using the Mini now, and I like having the really portable aspect. So I guess the question for me is the 11-inch for an iPad Pro the ideal size for both? Like, is it a little bit smaller than the 12.9, where it's a little bit more portable and less obtrusive? And a little bit bigger than the Mini, where it is still comfortable to kind of bring with you everywhere in your bedroom. Like, I don't like using a 12.9 in the bedroom, but I really like using the Mini. I like using the Mini. It's just so small and really convenient for that reason. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like, what's your ideal size for the iPad, and what do you guys want to see? All right, so this has been the end of the video. Definitely check out the Tula mic. I feel very, very strongly about this piece of equipment here. I think that it is stellar. I think that it's amazing. I think the quality is great. We'll find out for sure if the quality is great when I edit this with the windscreen on. Hopefully everything still sounds the way that I expect it to. Maybe I should have done a little bit of a test. But yeah, this is just a really, really nice piece of equipment for so many different fields. You don't have to be a musician or someone in the music space to really have appreciation for something like this. You can be a teacher, you can be an engineer, you can be a doctor, you can be just a content creator who wants to do things like this. Like, again, look at, hopefully this is still coming through. I just got a phone call. But again, look at this, look at what we have going on here. We have a wireless way of really doing some dope stuff, and it's really good. So I'm getting distracted. I'm getting text messages coming in for something I got to check out. But yes, check this out. Let me know if you guys if you have any questions about this or anything, and I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. I'll also leave a link below for opportunity for you to get 10% off on one of these if you're interested, and obviously it helps the channel out, helps enable me to make more of the content that you guys love. So check that out, and we'll leave it at that. All right, have a great one. I'll see you guys later. Peace.